Yes, I'm Green Tea, stopping traffic. I've been car-free for 10 years and we're gonna celebrate at Move LA, the Transportation Conversation 3. I've got $1.50 here. I've got on my flip-flops and I've got my high heels in my bag until I get to my event, because we're gonna be having fun, talking about car-free and celebrating alternative transportation. See you there. A great trip on the metro. Enjoyed my ride, got to meet some cool people. And now that I'm here at the beautiful Cathedral Plaza, I can take my flip-flops off and get into my shoes. Ready for Move LA Transportation Conversation 3. Woo! I just got off the 33 to the 74. Now I'm here. I took Metro in style today. And I want to challenge everyone coming up to have a car-free weekend on July 16th and 17th. The 405 is going to be shut down.
Great idea.
And to help me celebrate being 10 years car-free, I want everybody to join me and be car-free for the weekend.
My name is Tamara Henry and I stop traffic. Stop traffic and go Metro. You may recognize me from the local show Metro Motion.
Did you know that LA commuters spend more time sitting in traffic than any other city in the country?
Unfortunately, I do, Tamara. I know from experience because my commute this morning was particularly brutal.
Well, that's because you're not car-free like me.
And also as Green Tea for our award-winning environmental episodes on the internet. And as an environmental reporter, I am declaring the weekend of July 16th and 17th as a car-free weekend. The 405 is going to be closed down that weekend. And I want everyone to join me. I'm celebrating 10 years car-free this year. So, on July 16th and 17th, join me for a car-free weekend. I want you to bike, rollerblade, take public transportation for the kicks, and if you have to, do some creative carpooling if necessary. But what I want you to do is avoid the bad karma that weekend. So join me, I'm your host, your environmental reporter. You may know me as the local eco-celebrity, along with Ed Begley out there on the green carpets. Stop traffic and go Metro.
Absolutely, fantastic idea, Tamara. I support it with the rousing approval. It's a great idea, and we're here today for our transportation conversation number 3, Move LA's transportation conversation. Our executive director, Denny Zane, has a good thing going here. We're advocating for a robust transit system here in Los Angeles, and we've caught the tail of a tiger. Things are going fantastic. It's becoming a national movement. What's been known as the 30-10 plan here in Los Angeles has now been rebranded as America Fast Forward, a national plan, which we officially launched on March 30th in Washington, D.C. So there's tremendous momentum, and we're all very, very excited. People used to think that Los Angeles was the backwash of rapid transit, and lo and behold, virtually overnight, we're now leading the nation. The rest of the country is looking at Los Angeles saying, wow, they've got some very innovative things going in terms of building a rapid transit system and supporting all things transportation in Los Angeles. So it's a good day, and inside we've got nearly 40 panelists speaking with an audience about 350 or so. About all things transportation, a good long conversation. Started at 8 this morning until 3 o'clock this afternoon, airing out all kinds of ideas and sharing information and basically rallying the troops. What we have inside that room is fantastic. And to your point, taking your rapid transit here this morning, I often take the red line. I live in Studio City, but I'm jetting all about, and I could go on, but it is very exciting. If any of your audience members have still not been initiated to the rapid transit system in Los Angeles, you can attest to this, I know. It's good and getting better, and you can get where you need to go, and we're going to make it even better in the next few years even. We're talking about getting a whole lot done here in the next 10 years even. So,
this is Denny Zane, the executive director of Move LA, and we got to see you up there at the podium talking. What are you telling everybody today?
Well, we're trying to go through the challenges as well as the extraordinary opportunity we have for implementing Measure R and transforming Los Angeles to a transit-centered culture, not just an auto-centered culture. We probably won't look to displacing cars, but rather creating transit alternatives. And we think that over time, there'll be an important shift in the balance that'll make all of our transportation easier, cleaner, and better for our economy.
So this is the third year for Move LA.
Yeah, that's right. We started January 08, initiated the campaign that became Measure R, which voters approved in November 08. That raised a half-cent sales tax and $40 billion for transportation.
What else are some of the highlights that we're going to be talking about and covering today?
Well, we talked about America Fast Forward, which is the national incarnation of the 3010 plan. And that was a proposal where the federal government becomes a lender, not just a spender. And the idea here is that if the federal government puts $1 billion into a capital program, it can give $1 billion grant to a community for a big project. But if it takes that same $1 billion and puts it into a loan pool, it can make 10 to 20 loans of $1 billion, and that will incent far more local agencies to try to win that opportunity. Okay, and what that really does is incentivize local level planning and investment activity, and there's so much more money available on the overall local level across the nation that if we really want to see infrastructure revitalized, there's some magic there in the federal government as a lender, not just a spender.
All right, I like magic, and I know that they want to get you back in there up at the podium again. Any last words you want to share with us before you go back in?
Yes, I think Move LA, we learned from the voters that they really support this mission in November 08, and I think that that's the magic now at the moment for LA, is that leadership is willing to go to the voters and ask the voter support, craft smart measures that voters will support, and really give the opportunity to voters to show that they really want to put their money into this kind of infrastructure investment.
With 3010, we can drive 208 million fewer miles per year, use 10.3 million fewer gallons of gas per year, reduce our dependence on oil, reduce our demand for oil to gas up our cars by more than 500,000 barrels a year, reduce by 500,000 tons of emissions, and recently, the American Lung Association State of the Air report said LA has the worst smog. 3010 will help LA achieve its goal of cutting carbon emissions by 35% by 2030. So this will reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, create good transportation, double the size of the rail project, and importantly, get LA off of oil.
How can transit be built sustainably?
Transit itself means sustainability in the sense that the moment you build a transit system, you remove cars from the highways and the roads, and as a result of which you are able to put people into systems underground or above ground, and it saves money, cleans up the air, allows you to move rapidly. So transit system itself is a sustainable project, let's put it this way.
And I'm so excited that our beautiful Nancy Perlman is here with us today, and she has so many titles and wears so many hats. Tell us your two biggest hats that you wear.
Well, I do wear a lot. I am trustee for the Los Angeles Community College District, and I'm also host and producer of Environmental Directions Radio, and I also founder of the Ecology Center of Southern California.
No wonder I like you. Tell us a little bit about what's bringing you out here today.
Well, because of all those different hats, I am very concerned about transit. For our community colleges, it's important that we have decent bus, metro, train service to each college because the students really need it. Most of them don't have cars, and they need to be able to get that education. As an environmentalist, I believe that our cities would be more livable, more viable if we didn't have to get in that car, if they were built around walking, bicycling, and transit modes. And Los Angeles had that red car system and we lost it. And now it's so difficult to get around without the vehicle, and the congestion is awful.
Yes.
So we really need to build that back up, get decent bus service, get decent shuttle service, be creative in how we provide a public transit system.
And I have some exciting news to share with you because you're an activist. As an eco-transpo activist, I am declaring the weekend of July 16th and 17th as a car-free weekend for Los Angeles. So I want everybody to join me in celebrating my 10 years car-free. And that weekend, the 16th and the 17th, don't go anywhere in your car. Rollerblade, bike, carpool if you have to. Take public transportation just for kicks that day.
We could do that every day, like you.
Well, because the 405 is going to be shut down that weekend, so it's the perfect weekend to do it anyway because you don't want to get out there into the bad karma.
We do need to make that statement. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's the perfect weekend to do it. Join me.
Thanks for leading that movement.
All right. So, and I thought you'd be proud of me. I'm a budding activist, even though you're like a well-seasoned activist. So
You're learning.
I'm following in your footsteps.
Right. And you're definitely using those feet instead of the car.
There you go.
That's the way
I'm
to do
walking the talk. I'm Green Tea. Join me and David Yell from LA Metro. We're going to be stopping traffic and going Metro on a car-free weekend, July 16th and 17th.
Go Metro.
Go Metro. Thanks for joining me today and helping me celebrate 10 years car-free. And if you still want more information, try a book by Chris Baelish. It's called How to Live Well Without Owning a Car. See, you too can do it, and it brings us hope. And that means healing our planet Earth.